Hey everyone, I know it's been a beat, and I know you have missed our special collab episodes every month with David Yontef from Behind the Velvet Rope. David, I've missed you.
This summer, what have you done this summer, Melissa?
Oh, I have tried to keep marching forward, but you have spent the summer in the Hamptons. So
Yeah.
give us the full Hampton update.
You know what I think is the most fun of the Hampton update is, well, we've lost one of our esteemed residents. Bethenny Frankel has, look, she still has a house in the Hamptons, but she has declared that the Hamptons just isn't working for her this summer, which I'm not sure where this came from. She says the Hamptons is not Hamptoning.
Well, what was Bethany's Hamptons like? Because the Hamptons I grew up in or going to was not even close to what Bethany considers, and not even close to what Bethany considers her version of the Hamptons. So give me her version.
Well, like, look, this is the thing about Bethany. She says things and you're like, I don't know, but everything she says is true. It really is. Is the traffic worse than any other year? I don't think so. But in July and August, it's a nightmare to get anywhere. Is it overrun with finance bros that are 27 that think that, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened to them in the world? Yes. So there is all of that, but you could just stay out of all of that. It could be a very nice, relaxed place.
But I've seen the photos where there are lines to get in everywhere and you can't get reservations anywhere. And it looks like somewhere I would not want to be.
It, First of all, eating out is a whole production. Like it is just, but honestly, even off season, it's a production. But yeah, it's hard to get into any restaurant all the time,
I mean,
which
I've seen
is
pictures of people lined up for at some coffee place just to get their coffee and they're sitting and waiting.
yeah, it is all of that. But then you see people and it's fun, but you really could stay out of all that and just. But the thing is, it's not really any different this year than any other year. So it did lead to speculation when Bethany made this big statement. Look, she has a house in Florida where Bryn is going to school in the fall anyway, but she went down there and she's like, I just don't want to leave now. I just want to stay here. I didn't think anything of it. People did start to talk like, did Bethany get run out of the Hamptons? Which I don't even know where this, right? Can't
Yeah,
something just be
Bethany did
innocent?
not get run out of the Hamptons. I
That's what
mean,
I said.
it would take, why would she be run out of the Hamptons? Like,
I think people like a salacious story.
oh, it's ridiculous. But a lot of parties go on. Jill Zarin's annual charity luncheon, you said it was chock full of housewives.
She always has housewives. It's like LeeAnne Locken from Dallas always goes, and Luann went, who lives right down the street, and Kristen Taekman went, and it's just Cynthia Bailey. So Jill does this charity event every year. It's for Bobby, who passed. But speaking of New York housewives, what I think is very interesting is Ramona, Luann, and Jill and Kelly Bensimon. They're all hanging out all the time these days, and yeah, I don't think they're not friends, but they're not exactly all of a sudden. It's very strange to me. They're posing for pictures, and this is what the Miami girls did for 10 years to get their show back on the air.
I mean, 10 years is a big commitment to we're going to get our show back on the air because we're just going to keep going out together. I mean, I know I would have thrown in the towel after 10 years, but suddenly they're everywhere. These from New York.
They're playing tennis together, and I don't know, like last summer I was hanging out with Luann for a minute. And I'm like, since no shade, but since when are you so close to like Ramona? And it's just it seems to me like the four of them are trying to send a message the same way the Miami girls did. And people are in the comments loving it because, the revised Real Housewives of New York didn't do so well. So people are living for it. I don't think it's really going to lead to a show getting back on Bravo, but I said that about Miami for 8 years and it worked.
So we're talking housewives, right? New Jersey. Andy Cohn said, stay tuned.
He said, stay tuned. He was just asked about it on an episode of Watch What Happens. And he said, listen, we're close. We're figuring it out and we're really close. So now people are really chomping at the bid. I still think maybe it'll be announced at BravoCon. Like BravoCon's in November. And
But
that's
what are they going to announce? I mean, as it was left, there were people who were like, I will not even be in the same state with this person.
That really hasn't changed unless there's something going on behind the closed doors that I don't know about. I mean, there was this big headline that Melissa and Teresa are now willing to throw in the towel because they want their paychecks. And Melissa actually commented on this post on Instagram and she said fake news. So,
Really?
yes, that was just last week. So,
Do you ever feel like, and this just popped into my head, that there is like a playbook that Bravo puts out? Like you do this, then you do that, then you comment on this, that you comment on that to keep the interest going. Because I mean, granted, it's all the same stuff all over again between all the different groups of women, but I'm starting to think there is the Bravo Real Housewives playbook. Suddenly they're hanging out together, suddenly commenting on posts. I mean, do you ever feel that way? Because I know if I'm like done with one of my friends, like I don't feel the need to comment on shit. Like I'm just not that person.
I am so not that person either. I've said this before. I'm like, you get a check and the check clears for working on the show during the season. You have to show up. There's a call sheet when it's all cast. You have to be there. Everything else to me is not the job. There's no extra money for this. I am with you. I really don't comment on things. I'm really not in people's social medias. I wouldn't do it. I would just be like, I've earned my money for this season and I would love to be back next season.
No,
But
but I'm saying like with someone commenting on someone else's post, is that the Bravo playbook to keep interest in the show when they're not on the air?
it might be because, yeah, I mean, everybody does it, right? I mean, look, I'm sure Bravo loves it, right? It doesn't cost them anything and they love this chatter.
Of course they do. We've seen a lot. Well, Housewives, I guess that could take us to house, could take us to home. There have been a lot of feuding families this summer. First
So
off,
many.
Denise Richards, big divorce, messy, 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 messy. She says abuse. He said she was drunk when she fell down. Will he get her money? He's claiming she made him quit. Cops have been called multiple times. It is a whole bunch of crazy. What do you think is going on? What is happening in this?
And like, the thing is, people are shocked and they're like, listen, I think Denise is playing this, first of all, so well because she's not speaking. Everything is through her lawyer. He makes very limited statements when he has to. Aaron is like speaking. I don't even know if he has a lawyer. He is speaking to TMZ, speaking on Instagram. It's like you're in a legal proceeding or it's going to go forward. Like, what are you doing? Denise is just posting her everyday life on Instagram and let's not forget Denise is no stranger to this. Remember,
No.
we're of the same age, Melissa. Like, remember Charlie Sheen and Denise? Like, this is child's play to her. She's been through this before.
By the way, this is completely, oh, and that's going on too. She knows this road. She has walked down it before and continually
Yes.
has to walk down it with Charlie because of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not
Char-
she's not JV. She's varsity.
she is varsity. And so the fact that she's, on all these tabloids and everything now, it's like, okay, we've already been here. Like, Denise knows how to handle this. Look, I don't know. I mean, look, if all this, somebody's lying, right? Because
Yeah.
he swears that he never touched Denise and that she's a drunk and a pill popper, and all this is made up as like an effort to like prohibit him from getting to her money. So it's like someone is just maniacal here, right? Like either if it is made up, then that's just crazy. And if it's not, and he did this, then it's like you just don't know what to believe. It is truly there's no cracks in any story. Each person is sticking to what they said. It's shocking.
Okay, but we have two family feuds that you and I talked about. We're going to try and read the Instagram tea leaves.
Let's
because
do it.
both of these families are having issues. Let's start with the Beckhams. So, and again, this nobody knows. There's so much out there. Nobody knows what has started this feud, what's going on. We are just going off what we can disseminate from Instagram. So, Brooklyn and Nicola just renewed their vows. No one
Yes.
from Brooklyn's family was there. There have been multiple stories of how the feud started. One was that Victoria was going to make Nicola's dress, and then Nicola didn't want to wear it, so she wore Valentino. And then I'd heard another story where Victoria said the atelier is not going to be able to do this, or there was some sort of an issue, and told her, and that's when she pivoted to Valentino. There was stories that Victoria hijacked the first dance with Brooklyn. Then the story was no, she had a whole separate dance with Brooklyn. And the other kids are in it now and taking swipes at each other on Instagram. And you were saying like, and they didn't, Nicole and Brooklyn didn't go to David's 50th birthday party. Fill us in where I'm missing all this.
Yeah, like nobody knows. I heard about the dress too, that's how it started. I also heard like Victoria was just a total like momzilla during the wedding and she wanted things her way and Nicola's like, it's my wedding and
And
my
Nicola
parents are
Lesso comes from an incredibly wealthy family, and I'm sure is used to getting things her way.
Yes. And, the family is, I think they're even richer than David and Victoria. Personally, I think they're like billionaires, it says. So, yeah, her family, I think, is just like, we're throwing this wedding. We don't really need too much of an input here from Victoria. So there's that. Yes, Cruz and Romeo, the two brothers, blocked Nicola and Brooklyn. They don't follow the other two, but it turns out that the two brothers blocked them. There was something else where someone was making fun of Cruz about, I guess he was trying to figure out something with his career. And they said, like, are you going to stick with his job? And he said, you got the wrong brother, because apparently Brooklyn changes his quote unquote career, whatever that is
I
these
wasn't going
days.
to be a photographer. Isn't that where we started?
I think that's where we started. So yeah, there are a lot of jabs. And I mean, you have to even say, like, why did they even renew their vows? I mean, I know Brooklyn said, oh, I'm so in love with her, I would do this every day. But why now? This seems like a calculated, like they had a party. They invited a lot of people.
But did not invite the Beckhams. But then apparently David Beckham liked a post that Brooklyn put up there.
He liked a post, but to someone, he's liked a few posts. And so people are saying, oh, he's reaching out. But then other people are saying he's only liking solo posts of Brooklyn that have nothing to do about the wedding or anything about Nicola. And so they're like, this isn't really like an olive branch. It's actually the opposite of like, we like you alone. So we just don't know what to believe. But I didn't have this on my bingo card for 2025. Did you?
No, not even close. And the other one that we're trying to figure out is the Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet. Are they, aren't they? Because there's been all sorts of weirds. First of all, they haven't been seen together in a while, but that can be work. I mean, we all know that can be work. They managed to stay under the radar for a long time. There were not a
Yes.
lot and they weren't posting the whole thing. But then at Kylie's birthday, Timothy kind of put up some weird post and she's been posting all sorts of like you told me, like sad music. What, like, I know I'm missing pieces here.
Well, like she also had a birthday get together and he wasn't there. So, I mean, look, they were together like on all those Knicks games and everything. There hasn't been any pictures of them. I agree with you. They weren't even like together for a while. Like they didn't want to be on each other's socials and still really don't. I mean, he's a serious actor, so they kind of agreed like he would never be on her Instagram. But yeah, so he wasn't at her birthday. So there's that. He made a comment under one of her birthday posts that said dream big and had some people are like, what is that? That's not really a romantic sweet post. And yeah, she has been posting somber music on her Instagram story and slash almost full out breakup songs.
Don't you
So
don't you think it's weird though that he didn't do like an actual happy birthday post?
Yeah. That's what's like. I don't know. My antennas are up on this. I think it might be true. I don't
That
know.
now here's the thing is I really like them together. I don't know why. Sometimes you just like couples together. I liked these two together. I thought they were interesting. I was amazed that they had anything in common, but I kind of liked that
Yeah.
there's obviously something that connected them. I mean, because they looked super happy and were looking like a real couple. And when I say that, not just on red carpets, not just here, not just there, like they would be caught just walking. Like it was real couple time. It was relationship time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of, not to change the subject just for a second, your two favorites, Travis and Taylor. You know, Taylor is doing her first podcast ever. She's going on
She's
his
done. She did
podcast.
it.
She
She
did
did it.
it.
She did it and announced her new studio album.
And then did you see, I guess, I don't know, I saw this clip where he's like, when we're just not out in the public, we're just two people in love. I don't know if you saw that
Well,
clip.
the clip I saw was she said, I like the color of the sweatshirt you're wearing. And he said, it's the
Yes.
color of your eyes. At which point I wanted to turn around and smack the shit out of Steve. Like, I mean, it's
You're
kind of
like, this is how you do it.
it's kind of gross how happy they are. But
They're
again,
really happy.
they're really, and I love the fact though that she's supporting the podcast. Love that. It's all become very family. He just is coming out with a huge spread. And I think I saw it this morning, GQ,
Oh.
and a big in-depth interview. So that's going to be interesting as well. But again, they're a real couple now. This isn't
Yeah.
jetting to concerts and games. This is she's going to go on do the press for her album, and he's going to go back into season, and she's going to go to all the games and like have, I hate to say a life because it's still not like a normal life, but a more traditional couple time supporting each other at work without anyone having to get on their personal jet.
Yeah. And I did think that Kylie and Timothy had that too. I did.
Yeah. I don't know why. It just felt different.
It felt different. And she purposely wouldn't walk red carpets with him when he was like nominated because she would say like it's no longer about you. Like I'm Kylie Jenner. Like it's going to be all about me and what I'm wearing and like I don't want to do that. And they so that's like a real couple thing.
Yeah. By the way, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So another big cover. Vanity Fair this month. Major Jennifer Aniston article.
There's a lot.
Major. And she's been out publicly with the new boyfriend. I can't remember his name, but he's like a hypnotist. But she goes there in this article. She, I mean, some of the best stuff. Like she asked if she and uh Gwyneth Paltrow, who they're friends, talk about Brad Pitt still. And she was like, "Oh, absolutely. We're girls. Of course we're she didn't use the word gossip, but of course we talk about what we see." It's a fascinating article about quote unquote finding her peace. And she talks, I mean, she really goes there. She talks about what you were telling me when there was the triangle with Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, and her. And you said she even
Yeah.
said, like, I understand why it was tabloid fodder.
Yeah, she said to be specific, it was such a juicy reading for people. So yeah, I thought this was like a really open as well. And she said it's a shame that it had happened, but it happened. And boy, did I take it personally. So I thought this was like a really, but that isn't that how it should be? Like if you're gonna sit down with Vanity Fair or, Joe Rogan or some big
I think
thing.
someone at Vanity Fair just clutched their chest and fell over that you mentioned Vanity Fair and Joe Rogan in the same sentence. I just want to put that out there.
Well, podcast, we are in the podcast business and it is here to stay and it has come along. I mean,
Yeah.
you have Brad Pitt going on podcast now, it's
Oh,
like, but it was interesting. Like in the article, like I thought the beginning of it was so interesting. They're like, to get to Jennifer Aniston's, you have to go up and up and up in the hill. And then there's that big gate. Cause she had that stalker recently.
right.
There's that big gate. And now it's like surveillance 24/7. This is what happens when you're Jennifer Aniston. And then you have to meet the security guard and everybody gets an NDA going in, not me, because I'm Vanity Fair and I'm going to interview her. I was like, this is so interesting.
Well,
I mean, it's
it's
true.
it's true. But, I think for her life, and since such a young age, has been so intruded upon, because when they all broke out of Friends, the whole cast, they were all kind of on equal footing, and then suddenly she's dating Brad Pitt and blows up. I mean, it was, it's all how you handle stuff. But when you read the article, you think she's in a very good place. It's also growing up. It's also letting go of stuff. It's finally like, yeah, when she said, oh, he was missing was it the compassion chip about Brad?
Yeah.
And that was in 2005. And it's a really interesting article because she really takes a bird's eye view of her life. Starting
Yeah.
and talking about all the friends were mourning Matthew Perry for years before he died. So I
Yeah.
think it's,
Just saying they all knew.
yeah, and she lets us in. She definitely lets us in on who her friends are, who her core group is, how she does what she does, and seems really happy, which she should be. She looks amazing. She has a new boyfriend and still has a hit TV show. I'm not sure what's so bad.
And I kind of like this guy for her too. Like he's not in the public eye. I mean, although I guess he is now. It's kind of he seems like they seem like also I like that she hasn't like dated around. You know what I mean? Like she's not like J-Lo. Like she really like you could just tell she's fine being alone. It was fine. And she met someone she liked. That's what I
Well,
like about it.
this has all been very cheerful. We've ended cheerful that she's happy because we don't know what's happening with the Beckhams and Kylie and Timothy, which worries me deeply. What else? What have we missed, David? What do we have coming up?
Well, Miami is still on the air. People are loving this season. I'm loving this season of Orange County Housewives. I think it is a return to form. BravoCon in November. People are getting
Yes,
excited about that.
I know I am.
Are you going?
I am going to BravoCon this year.
You went last time too, I think.
I went, yes, I
The
went the
last time
last
there
time it was in
was.
Las Vegas, and it's in Las Vegas again.
I think Vegas is a good place to have it.
Yeah.
Right? Everything in one place. Taylor and Travis, yeah, they're really happy. So that's good, right?
Yeah.
I
I
thought of
mean,
you today when I saw those clips. I didn't realize I saw she announced the album. I didn't realize the actual podcast was recorded. So there you go. I saw
yeah,
the clips though.
there you go. Well, I think this is a lovely way to round out the summer. And there's so much coming up. I can't wait to talk again soon.
Denise's divorce is the one to keep an eye on because there are things happening
Oh,
every week.
full on.
So we'll have to
Full
talk about
on.
that in the fall.
Love you.
Love you. Thanks for having me.